One of the great things about AutoPlay Media Studio 5.0 is the ability to communicate with remote scripts such as PHP and so forth. In our particular case, we're going to focus on PHP and MySQL because they're powerful, free solutions. And not only that, but a lot of professionals are using them. Okay, if you go to Google, for example, and type in PHP Triad, this will give you one free solution for a Windows machine, for example. We'll click through to the sourceforge.net link, and you'll see that there's a page here with something called PHP Triad. You can go down the page a bit here and click the download link by the PHP Triad in the grid here, and it'll give you a link to an exe file that you can download and install on your Windows machine, and it'll automatically install Apache web server, MySQL database server, and PHP. So you can go ahead and do that if you don't have a website which has PHP on it, or if you prefer, you can just use these same concepts with PHP and MySQL which you may have on your website. And of course, there's tons of great web hosts out there on the internet, some of them even free. Some of the free web hosts offer PHP and MySQL. The main point being that you're going to have a machine with PHP and MySQL installed in order to go through this chapter. If you install PHP Triad on your local machine, which we've done just for this chapter here, you'll find that when you surf to localhost in your browser, you'll see this page here, or a similar page. And basically they provide you with a little control panel where you can activate and deactivate your web server and your database and so forth. And basically PHP Triad is very, very easy to learn and use. So if you go to this particular page, that'll show you your welcome page, and if you go to your PHP MyAdmin folder, and you might have to check where that is. In my case, it was installed by default in the Apache htdocs folder, so I can just call it by going to localhost/phpMyAdmin, and it brings you to your PHP MyAdministration tool. This is an administration tool for your database, your MySQL database. We can create databases here, manage them, and so forth, and it gives you a visual tool for doing that. So it's a really quick, easy way to get in and work with your databases. And basically it's very easy to learn as well. You can see here we're running as root on localhost, and that's because we're running a local installation of PHP MySQL here. If you were running a remote version, you of course would have a different username, and that would be provided to you by your web host or webmaster. So if you don't know what that is, just go ahead and contact your webmaster and get that information. But you need to be able to log into your MySQL server in order to do these lessons. Some people prefer to just install PHP Triad and work with that locally when they're developing code, and then go ahead and install it on their websites once it's running. I tend to do that myself. It's kind of nice to have, if you have an extra computer around the house, to just keep PHP Triad installed on it and just use it as a workhorse to work on your scripts, and then when you're done, go ahead and bring those over onto your main machine and upload them to your website and so forth. Okay, so that's how we get PHP and MySQL installed. Let's go ahead to the next tutorial where we will create our own database.